What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by LOCKCITY. You got Whitey here today. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully everyone's having a good week so far and that you've been enjoying CS, the return of CS for 2026 at BLAST Bounty Malta. We're going to be talking about picks in this video for Thursday's matchups. That's going to be Thursday, January the 15th of 2026. Up until this point, obviously, all of Tuesday's opening matches took place. We went 1-1 there, which we'll talk about in a moment. And then so far today on Wednesday, we've seen two matches take place. We have Navi and Monte playing right now on map 2. And then we still have Virtus Pro and Vitality. So today's plays are kind of in progress, but we can talk about what we've seen so far and what our record is like, at least through Tuesday. So overall, in terms of results, we finished 1-1 yesterday. FaZe fucked up our perfect day. So FaZe on the money line, they lost straight up to eyeballers after a convincing map 1. So that was shitty. We had them parlayed with FUT. So that one did not come through. We lost a unit there. And then we picked up 1.14 units on the Astralis and Aurora parlay. So we had a 2-leg parlay there. 1 unit there, paid 2.14 units. So overall on the day, we were up a measly 0.14 units. But profit is profit. We're going to look forward here, obviously, to tomorrow's games. Today, in terms of what we have in play, I'll quickly hop on. I can't hop over to Thunderpick yet because that'll reveal the plays. I almost slipped up there. But overall, in terms of today, we have 2 parlays in play. One we lost, or a single bet and a parlay in play. One we lost already. That was a single bet. We had Passion UA on the money line. They ended up also having a convincing map 1 and then got reverse swept. So they fucked up our single bet. And then on the parlay here, we have Navi minus 1.5 map spread. So they took map 1. It was very close. They won 13-11. And now they're up 5-3 in map 2. And then we also have Vitality minus 1.5 map spread. Same sort of thing coming up at 130. Those are on a 2-leg parlay. So we can pick up and have another slightly profitable day today. Looking forward to tomorrow, we're going to have 4 games on the board here. We're going to have M80 and Gentlemates kicking us off at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have Inner Circle and 3D Max at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have Ninjas in Pajamas and Team Liquid. And then we're going to have Ecstatic and Falcons. So I'm going to have 2 plays made up for this one. I have one that's just going to be a single bet, kind of like today. And then the other one's actually going to be a 3-leg parlay. So let's hop on over to Thunderpick. Let's take a look at those 2 plays that we have on the board here for tomorrow. And let's try and catch both of them. For those of you that watch the videos regularly, you know that all of the odds that will be discussed in today's video will be on thunderpick.io, which is one of the top books in the world for esports betting. You can deposit on Thunderpick using crypto, credit card, Apple Pay, Visa Debit, or via their new gift card deposit, which allows you to purchase and deposit a Thunderpick gift card amount directly to your balance. And Thunderpick has lines for all of your favorite esports, including but not limited to CS2, League, Dota, Valorant, Overwatch, COD, Fortnite, Rocket League, and so much more. If you visit tinyurl.com/LockCityTP, you can get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit all the way up to $600 or whatever the equivalent is in your local currency. Any amount that you deposit up to $600 will get immediately matched by Thunderpick for you to be able to use for your esports picks. We've obviously been super profitable on CS2, but with that deposit bonus, you can always try your luck with some of your other favorites with that free money to play with. That's tinyurl.com/LockCityTP for a 100% deposit bonus at Thunderpick up to $600. All right, so like I said, we're going to have 2 plays on the board here for tomorrow. And then obviously now you guys can see this one. This is the play that's still in progress here for today. 1 unit to pay 2.44 roughly units. Navi minus 1.5 map spread, and then Vitality minus 1.5 map spread. So looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to have the first game of the day, the 6 a.m. game, just on a single bet. It's close to even odds on either side. And then the other 3, I'm going to put on a parlay here. We'll talk about this. It's an absolute mess. I'm kind of scared for this one. But I feel pretty good about M80. So we'll talk about that first against Gentlemates. So M80 and Gentlemates, I finally turned on an ad blocker also, by the way, so everyone, you're all welcome. But I'll scroll down here. Public consensus, 63% M80. That's pretty solid. M80, 20th ranked team in the world. They're running with this lineup now. They have JBA in here. And then Gentlemates, similar, well, exact same as what we saw in the latter part of last year, 25th ranked in the world. In terms of map pool, I do have to give the edge to M80. I don't think we're going to see Dust 2 necessarily. It's going to be interesting to see if we do get like Anubis drawn, because Gentlemates doesn't play a lot of Dust 2 Overpass or presumably Anubis. So curious to see how that shakes out. I expect that M80 is going to pick into Mirage. They're obviously going to win Mirage. I think Ancient is probably a realistic decider map. Inferno, potentially a realistic decider map in case Gentlemates wins their map pick. But I do like M80 here. I think Mirage, obviously, is a surefire win, I would assume, for M80, willing to be proven wrong there. But then they only need one more map in the pool, and I think they're definitely able to do that. So I'm going to go 1 unit on M80, 1.72 times your money. 1 unit's going to pay obviously 1.72 units roughly. And then the 3-leg mess that we have going on over here, we're going to be taking 3D Max on the money line. We're going to be taking Ninjas in Pajamas plus 1.5 map spread. And then we're going to be taking Falcons minus 1.5 map spread against Ecstatic. So we'll take this from top to bottom. The first one here is going to be 3D Max on the money line against Inner Circle. Inner Circle's made some changes, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, 3D Max 72% public consensus. They're coming in with this roster here. I'm not even going to try and Captain Kirka 023. Some of these guys I honestly have like barely even heard of. Like I've maybe seen their names mentioned once or twice. But the majority of this roster is, at least in my eyes, yet to be proven. And then we have 3D Max, 12th ranked team in the world. I know 3D Max, I like to shit on them. I like to fade them when push comes to shove in like top tournaments, S-tier tournaments. But here against Inner Circle, they should definitely win. Nuke, I would definitely give the edge to them. I don't think we're going to see Inferno. Again, it'll be interesting if we see Anubis. But Dust 2, I would give the edge to 3D Max. We're not going to see Mirage, not going to see Inferno. Nuke, I give the edge to 3D Max. Even Overpass, probably 3D Max would win it. Ancient, I think 3D Max would win, so on and so forth. So 3D Max just on the money line. They should hopefully fucking win it. They're 1.1 or 1.28x on the money line here. So we're taking 3D Max there. Then we're going to go Ninjas in Pajamas plus 1.5 map spread. I thought about taking Nip just on the money line. They're playing Liquid. I think this is going to be a horribly sketchy game. This is the one I'm worried about the most, or the only one really that I'm worried about for tomorrow. But 11 o'clock Eastern time here. Nip is coming into this with Snappy, Wrinkle, Kaspersky, Shush, and Karen. And then on the Liquid side of things, obviously the same roster, Naf, Ultimate, Nerds, Shui, and Liege. This map pool, I honestly don't really know what to expect. So Anubis, no idea. On the Ancient side of things, I would probably give the edge to Liquid. I think that Ninjas in Pajamas, they've had impressive moments on Ancient, but overall I just don't trust them. I don't think we're going to see Overpass. I think Liquid will continue to ban Overpass. On the Nuke side of things, I would have to give the edge to Nip. I like Nip there. Inferno, I don't really have enough data on the Nip side of things, at least for the last 3 months. Liquid definitely has some holes in their Inferno. I could see Nip like maybe winning it, but I would have to give the edge to Liquid. Mirage, I don't think we're going to see. And then Dust 2 is going to be the big one, where we're going to need Nip to win if you want to take them on the money line. But you're going to need them to take either Dust 2, Nuke, or Ancient for the plus 1.5 here. I think they're going to win at least one of those. I expect them to pick into Nuke. I do like how they've looked on Nuke. So I'm taking the 1.5 for that reason, just because Nuke sticks out to me there. So Ninjas in Pajamas plus 1.5 map spread. They are a slight favorite on the money line, 1.75. But I'm going to be taking them with the buffer here. And then Falcons minus 1.5 against Ecstatic. I swear if they lose a map to Ecstatic and bust this, I'll be so pissed at them. But this one's 130, last match of the day. Falcons 76% on the money line. Ecstatic, so they got Nikodas, they got Buzz, they got some OG guys coming over. They still have on Lele, they still have Nut, they still have TMB. And then on the Falcons side of things, obviously the same roster that we saw them end the end of last season with. I think a couple of Falcons fans were probably expecting some changes. I'm not a Falcons fan, but I thought they were definitely going to make some changes. They ended up doing absolutely nothing. So we'll see how they end up faring here. In terms of map pool, Falcons obviously take Dust 2, they take Mirage, they would take Inferno, they would take Nuke, they would take Ancient. Overpass is going to be the maybe sketchy one, but I expect Falcons to still ban it. And I don't think that Ecstatic would be able to upset Falcons on Anubis. I don't think they're going to throw that out there. I think they'll probably try and play it safe with something like an Inferno or an Ancient, in which case Falcons has just played better competition, even if they have a slightly lower win rate on either of those two maps. They're just better teams. So overall, Falcons, I like them minus 1.5 map spread. We're going to throw those three together in a 3-leg parlay. 2.03 times your money. One unit is going to pay 2.03 units. And those are going to be the two plays that we're rocking with for tomorrow. Hopefully we can push this one across the line here. Let's get an updated score and see how our Navi boys are doing. 7-4, beautiful. So hopefully Vitality can do the same thing. We can push this one across. We'll be up about half a unit going into tomorrow's plays. And then I'll record another video here, probably in a couple hours, just to cover Fridays. We'll get those out nice and early so everyone can digest them. And other than that, looking forward to cashing out with y'all. We'll see y'all in the Discord server, bottom of the screen here. Discord.gg/LockCITY, 100% free. Come hang out with us. Come cash out with us. If you're on Twitter, follow us all the way over in the corner there @_LockCITY. And we'll see y'all in the Discord or back here on the next video. Take care.